Good morning from the Pentlands. Beautiful start to the day, getting up, and this is part of the joy of the camper van is I can pitched up last night and went for a hike up in the up in the morning, up in the evening at sunset, and then able to get up this morning and go for another walk. And it's just beats city living any day. And the thing is, I can go somewhere completely different, and I am going to go somewhere completely different tonight. I'm going to head to Linlithgow tonight, and just got some things that need to happen today. Basically, my wee dog's getting his hair cut. I've got my gym session with my PT, and I have counselling in the afternoon. So it's quite a day around the West Lothian area. So it's a good spot for me to go to Linlithgow. But yeah, it's been a fantastic past few days. I was down in Newcastle in the van, but this time for supporting one of my athletes who was doing a running challenge. She was attempting to be the first female to run the entire metro, to run all to the 60 metro stops in Newcastle, and she did it. So that was great fun, running around in the van at each stop with her, which was quite hard at times, to be honest, because there's very short distances between some of the stops. So sometimes she was like getting there before me, and I was like, you know what this is telling me? It's quicker to get around on foot than it is by car. But it was great fun. Very little sleep, but that's the nature of these things, and I quite thrive off it. It was great, and just to see people push themselves and finish, and also the community, the amount of people that sort of rallied round her and got her to the end and the finish line feels, it's like feeling all the good feels, but that comes with consequence as well, because after such a high like that, it can be quite hard to get out of the low that comes. And yesterday, I must say, I was feeling the blues quite bad. I don't know, it was just a difficult sort of place. I think I was just processing quite a few things, and often you tend to focus on the harder things when you're in that low place. So yeah, like just other aspects of life and relationships and things. So, but it's all good. You let the tears go, and I'm just going to go down to the river. Right, Ski, come this way. This is a nice little spot here. Look at this. Lovely. So I might just sit here for a little while. So actually, and I was also torn yesterday, and I'm finding it a bit difficult right now with doing these kinds of updates and being torn between just being in the moment. Like last night, for example, up at the top of the hill, and I had it in my head that oh, please don't roll on that, Risky. He was going to roll in the mud. Anyway, he's getting a haircut today, so it's fine. That's the groomer's problem. I was torn between doing a kind of update on my week up there with the beautiful views, thinking, oh, this is what, YouTube's all about, nice scenery and stuff. I was like, but then it's taking me out of the moment. Like, I really just, especially the place I was feeling very low. I was like, I just want to sit and do nothing. I just want to sit and take it in. So that's what I did. I was quite proud of that. But then I am in this dilemma of like, well, I'm torn because I need to live in the moment and be in the moment, but I also want to share and document these, and it's just like this constant battle. And it's part of why I went off social media for so long. In 2024, I had a massive break, about 8 months break, and honestly it was fantastic. And part of me is like, I have been doing a bit more of that this year as well. Wait, that was 2024, bloody hell, we're in 2026. Where's time gone? I think I started going back on it a little bit last year, but I've had more breaks from things this year. Like, I just don't go on Instagram very much, because that was my sole use, was Instagram. And so I'm just watching my dog now because he's gonna start licking rubbish. The joys, that's fine, he's got sense. He's like, that's rubbish, I ain't licking that. And so YouTube is completely new as well for me, but I was thinking more of a way to diarise for myself for looking back, but also just to show, the purpose of it is to sort of show a bit more of the real life of van life and my adventures rather than just all the glams and glitz and fancy artsy shots. So yeah, just like real in the moment stuff. So I'm in this conflict right now. So I'm not promising this is going to keep going or not. I will try because I want to, I do. I just need to find that balance. So I did do a video last night in my bed thinking, oh, I'll do an update now. It was just, there was just nothing to it, and I was like, I don't think people really want to see it. What I'll do is I can tag it on to the end of this, I suppose, and then you can skip it if it's rubbish or not. But definitely, I don't know, I suppose in some ways as well, it just shows the in the moment where my head was at as well. But these things come and go. But I think it's also important to share these bits of the journey because I'm not the only one that goes through these struggles. That's the trap, I suppose, as well, of social media, isn't it? It's like we get caught into this, what's the word now? Think of words before you talk, Kayleigh. The gratification, is that the word? The feels of when what you put out there gets traction, like people enjoy it, they recognise what it is you're doing. If you've got like something that you want to shout about, an achievement, poo bag, sorry, that's gross. And it gives you that like, ooh, and then you start connecting with other people and that grows and you get a community. And it gets addictive and you get that dopamine hit. But again, we're back to this thing of it's never enough, aren't we? We're just constantly chasing and we get lost, and it's so quick and easy, especially on social media, to look what nature's just given me. Ooh. It's not nature, humans put that there, but it's in nature. A little seat, a little pew. Yes. So we get caught in this trap where we start out being quite authentic, and people love that. People love the authenticity and your unique personalities that you're sharing. But before you know it, you're sort of chasing the thrill of followers, of likes, of shares, and then you end up on this path of becoming an advert. You know, you've got all these like, not necessarily, was it like sponsorships, but like collaborations and people sending you stuff and say, here's something for free if we just need like a story or a reel. And before you know it, you're like every single reel. Look at that dog. What are you doing? It brings me so much joy, honestly. He loves grass so much. Like anytime there's like grass and he's off his lead, even when he's on his lead, he'll just bomb himself in it and like roll around. And I think he gets such a joy about the long grass now as well, because it's like a proper jungle for him. I don't know if you can see him. As long as he doesn't go into that field with all the cows, we're fine. Yes, so I feel like just now Instagram has just become a world of everything just seems to be an ad, and and it's a shame because it's not people's faults in a sense, you know, they're still trying, but it's just the thrill that you get. Anyway, I was guilty of that. I started to feel like I was losing myself, and that's why I sort of came off it. That was quite a massive tangent there. Where was I even talking about that? Social media, the pull. So yeah, I really need to make sure that with this channel anyway, I just need to keep it real and authentic. And if I start to feel like it's taking me away from what I want to do and who I am in the moment, then it'll have to stop. Because that's the important part. But I suppose, yes, the whole point is that video, I suppose, is what I'll share on the end of this. Just anyways, valuable content to tell you today. I suppose that was valuable, you know, relatable, isn't it? This is where my mind's going now. Look at how cute he is. He's a big fluff ball. He's going to be skinhead at midday today. Right, anyways, what else was I been up to in van life? Exciting escapades. Well, I tell you what, the Newcastle trip was fantastic to have. I think I've just stung myself with nettles on that seat. The back of my legs, very itchy and stingy. Yes, to be able to just have everything that you need, like cups of tea, although there was, let's be honest, there was no time to actually make cups of tea in that event. So it was lots of Costa and stuff like that. But yeah, even just being able to roll out the bed and have a kip for 40 minutes through the night time was brilliant. It was just great. Being able to help other runners if they needed anything. And then last week as well, I mean, to be fair, it was just kind of like just a normal week. There wasn't any exciting adventures other than the weekends. Went to the cinema again to see the Odyssey again, as I said I would, and this time to the IMAX screen, which was worth it. I think it wasn't the actual IMAX cinema, which I was hoping to get to, but just couldn't get tickets. It's just all sold out. So went to IMAX screen. Hello, Mr. Cow. Oh, sorry, Miss. Hello. How are you doing? Listen to the noise. Hi. He's chewing the grass. I love cows so much. Yes, I do. They all have like funny hairdos. Not so much the black ones. They still have a little tuft. But the brown cows often have funny hairdos. And we have Highland cows up here in the Pentlands as well. They're often, trying to get my bearings. I think they're over that way somewhere. So the Odyssey in IMAX, my brain, was definitely worth it. It was so brilliant. I think A, is a great movie to see twice anyway, and B, just that screen quality was phenomenal. The sound was amazing, and yeah, it's a movie that I want to watch again, and I will watch it again. Whether I make it to the cinema or not, I don't know, but yeah, so anyways, I'm gonna bash on. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of this walk, and then I've got my activities of the day all planned out. Lebowski, next time you see him, he's going to be a very different looking dog. Anyways, I hope everyone has a fantastic week, and I will give you an update if anything random happens soon. Bye!
Good evening from the camper van. I had fully intended on doing a video up on my hike this evening, which had beautiful views. But then I found myself realising that I was just trying to do the video up there for beautiful views. Instead, what I really wanted to do was just enjoy the moment and just be in the moment. And instead, I was just thinking about trying to get the nice views. And I'm like, So instead, here you are in my bedroom, which is also my living room and my kitchen and my van. It's very cosy though. I also just wasn't in the right headspace earlier either. I just was really it's been quite an interesting week and past few days in particular. It's been a phenomenal past couple of days. I was down in Newcastle supporting one of my athletes that I coach become the first woman to run the entire lines of the Metro station in Newcastle, and there's 60 stops. So that started at 1 o'clock on Saturday. No, started at 3 o'clock on Saturday afternoon and finished at 1 o'clock on Sunday. And my task as well was to be social media crew chief. So basically try to get her at every station coming in. But some of the stations are only like less than half a mile apart, which meant there was quite a quick turnaround, and there were a couple of stations where just with traffic and trying to actually get there and parked meant that she actually got there before I did. But that was actually kind of really fun. But there wasn't also much sleep either, which is kind of part and parcel with these events. And I seem to be someone that loves my bed so much, in the fact of like, what am I trying to say here? What I mean is I need to be in my bed for like 9-10 o'clock. Right now it's like 9:15 and I'm here all ready for bed. And I get grumpy and I'm not an interesting person if like I'm at social events and things and it's like going on quite late. I'm like But for these kind of events, running events and crewing, whether I'm running them myself or supporting someone, I can go easy peasy. I don't even think about needing sleep. It's a weird sort of switch in my mind. I did sleep though. I got there was a station that I couldn't get to too easily, and then also from the next station after that was actually one of the biggest gaps. It was like 4 miles or something. so that was a good opportunity. So I managed to get about 40 minutes sleep anyway, so that was good. But anyway, it was just an incredible experience. Loved it. And just to see the amount of people that supported her along the route, and then at the finish line in the town centre of Newcastle, bloody brilliant, really good. But it's these kind of experiences that having the van just makes life so much easier. And the fact that I could have like a quick kip in between, and had everything here. Like there were some folk that were running with her that ran out of water, and I was like, well, I've got water in the van. Just brilliant. It's just like, it's got everything you need. So yeah, it was quite a whirlwind. And then today I've just found myself in the post-event blues stage, I suppose, which is normally something that you get when you do the event yourself. You know, you spend all the time, past months and months and months training, and it's all you sort of think about in your focus, and then it's done and you're like, oh, and then you feel like really down. But actually I can feel it myself. But it's a good thing though, because it means that it meant something. And yeah, it's just actually it's just a normal part of the emotional cycle, isn't it? You've got all the high dopamine hit and stuff, and then all just crashes. But yeah, anyway, it's been important to sort of reflect on. And yeah, don't know why I'm just sharing all that. I just didn't really feel in the mood earlier to sort of chat at all, and now I'm like chatting away. I don't even know if I'm going to share this or not, but because I'm not really giving much value. But it's been a really good week. What else is there to be reported on? That's probably the highlight. Saw the Odyssey again, which I did say I was going to go see. Better this time round, second time round, mostly because well, actually no, I was going to say because I saw it in IMAX, but actually the IMAX did make a difference. And we didn't actually go see it at the proper IMAX cinema in Glasgow, because there's only one in Scotland, but went to an IMAX screen, and it was better. It was massive, it was great. But I think the story and like there's just so much in it, all the tiny little details, everything that's been thought about, so you're able to sort of catch them this time round. And I would definitely go see it again. It's definitely one of these movies that I will happily watch over and over and over again. Anyways, I'm just going to wrap it up there. Nothing really much else to blabber on with. This is my bed setup though, in the dark. And little Bowski, here you come, is just on this little chair, sleeping away. And I think I keep it relatively tidy. Nighttime's normally the messy bit. These are my cushions that I have on my sofa when the sofa's there. I've been doing my journaling and stuff, which is, I read, my little routine at bedtime is I read the Daily Stoic. I then journal in my journal, obviously. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to read my book, which at the moment is Why Buddhism is True, because I'm on this little journey of becoming a Buddhist, I think. Actually, on that topic, this Friday I'm actually going to Sammy Ling down in the borders, and that is a Tibetan Buddhist I don't even know what you'd call it, temple, retreat place. And I'm spending pretty much a week there. Actually, I'm going to spend a week. I've signed up to do the Tai Chi course. That's type of Tai Chi. I can't really pronounce it. But I'm just really excited to just immerse myself in that environment. You get your breakfast, lunch and dinner all included. It'll be all vegetarian, and pretty much just social media, technology blackout, I guess. Just because you'll have other stuff to do, and it'll just be really interesting actually how I cope with that. I think I'll love it. I think I'll love it too much. So I've started this YouTube channel, and who knows, in like another week's time I'll probably delete it, because I don't know. Yeah, we'll see what comes of that. I will report back. But sorry, this isn't a very exciting video today. I just fancy just giving you a little update, and yeah, maybe give you an update after Sammy Ling if I come back from it. Maybe I'll stay there forever. Anyways, right, I hope everyone is well, and good night.